Hey guys, welcome back to the basics. Today I want to get serious, talking about smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. If you don't have these in your house, if you don't keep up on them, shame on you, because this is a serious thing, okay? And it's real easy. How these things work, they regulate. Now if you have a newer home like mine, they're actually wired now, so you don't have to install them yourselves all over the place. They actually put them in a regulated place throughout the house when they build the house, and you just have to stay up on the batteries and such. Now for batteries on these, you should change them every year. Most of them run on 9-volt batteries still. You can go to BJ's and get a 12 pack of 9-volt batteries, or you can buy bulk quantities now, probably just for this reason, because they use them. Most of them all use the same batteries. But it's a cell phone age now, guys. You can put it in your calendar for a year from whenever you change the battery. So the year comes up, it'll set off an alarm in your phone. You can change all the batteries as long as you have a 6 or 10 pack on hand or a 12 pack. Just go and do them all at the same time. Because you know, if you don't, you're going to end up hearing that beep at some point, and then you're going to be pissed you didn't do it. All right, so let's do that. These are pretty simple. This is a non-hardwired version. What it is it's just a plate on the back side that twists off. It has 2 screws. So like we said in the last video, the little red anchors, you would just drill a hole, put those up into the ceiling. You know, you can use the plate to mark where the hole goes. And you want to put it right up in the ceiling and then just screw it in right into the drywall. The thing only weighs, you know, not even a pound probably. So it won't be, you don't need anything very secure for that. Just mount those. You should have, they say you should have one in every bedroom. I would say at least one on every floor at the minimum. Even in the basement, you want to have one in the basement too. I think in my house, I think there's one in every bedroom, one in the hallways, and then at least one on each floor. So something along those lines, maybe 5 or 6 of them. And you know, some of those might be a mixture of the carbon monoxide and smoke detectors, because you have to have one of those on every floor as well. But definitely make sure that you stay up to date on the batteries. Just go and grab a 6 pack of batteries, 9-volt batteries. That way you'll have them. Like I said, if you do them all at the same time and just put the reminder in your phone for every year, even if they're not bad, change them, because if you don't, it'll beep at the worst possible time. My kids can't stand the beep. If they hear the beep, it freaks them out. And you know, with these, it'll be that just beep every couple, you know, every minute or something like that, I think it is. And it'll get really obnoxious, then you're running around trying to figure out which one's beeping. Trust me, I've done it. Alright, so that's smoke detectors. Definitely want to make sure you have those. Make sure you keep up every year on the battery. Carbon monoxide, there's a couple different ones. This is a plug-in model. Now the one thing you want to remember with carbon monoxide, it actually isn't like smoke. It doesn't go up. It actually either stays level or sinks a little bit because the weight's different on it. So they recommend you should have these at like 5 foot on a wall somewhere, which is kind of tricky because I mean there's not any outlets at 5 foot. Maybe in your kitchen, you know, on the countertop. What I'm going to do with this one is I got this one because my carbon monoxide detector in the basement is right here by the stairs, and now I'm going to have an enclosed room for the furnace and the hot water tank that this one would have been reading. So I want to get one in that room, so I have an outlet in there. So what I did is I bought the plug-in version that you can plug into the outlet, and then it powers off the outlet, and it's perfectly right around 2 feet off the ground. And it shouldn't be super close to a furnace. I mean, you should have one of these in the vicinity of the furnace, you know, a fireplace, a dryer if you have a gas dryer, anything that runs on gas. You don't want it right next to it, but it would be nice to have it a couple feet away at a decent level, either in the plug-in in the ground. Because these plug-in ones, I think this was 25 bucks. I think somebody told me True Value has, or one of the values has it for $19.99 right now. They come in different versions. This is just a basic one. It's just an alarm. They make one that actually has a screen on here that you can actually read what the parts per million are. But I don't know if you really need that. I mean, does anybody want to really watch exactly what they have for part per million? But yeah, definitely put one of these. They say even right inside like a mudroom from a garage. You don't want it in the garage, but definitely near the mudroom, you know, or somewhere near the garage on the inside, because the cars put out carbon monoxide. So it's a good place to have a reading if you're going to be, you know, parking in the garage and stuff like that. So do one there. I'm going to put one in this furnace room, so I'll have one there. I have one here, and I think there's one on every floor, or at least a combination one. But it doesn't hurt to have one. Like if you have a basement gas dryer, I would put it somewhere in that vicinity, or in between the furnace and the dryer would be a good spot, just to have one down here. Um, I don't know if you're familiar. Carbon monoxide it's odorless. You don't know it's there. It's red in parts per million. It takes a lot. I mean, a normal house just without anything in it would be at a normal reading would be a couple parts per million, which is standard. It might be like that all the time. But once you get up to like 50 to 100 parts per million, that's where it starts getting dangerous. And this stuff, if you have like 100 parts per million, you might end up passing out over an hour or two of exposure. So you want to make sure you get these in here. This is pretty serious. The other thing I want to talk about is fire extinguishers. I would recommend a fire extinguisher. They're like 20 bucks at Home Depot. I'll link it in the description. Just get a small fire extinguisher for like each floor or near each gas device somewhere. Something, I'd say at least every floor, or at least every floor, because you don't want to be, if something happens upstairs, you want to be running down to the kitchen under the cabinet to get a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher, every floor, easy, 20 bucks a piece. You just pull the pin and you pull up on the handle. It's pretty simple. Just read the directions. There's really not much to it. It's just a good thing to have if something happens. If you have a two-story, the kids' bedrooms are upstairs, I would recommend looking at the roll-up ladders or some kind of emergency ladder if you don't have a roof or something to get off onto or any access to get down on the ground. Have a fire plan, an escape plan. Make sure that kids know what to do and know to lay it on the floor and crawl out. If there's smoke, something along those lines. You gotta encourage the kids to learn what they need to do. They might be. My kids are freaked out at fires, so. It's going to be difficult for them, but, I try to tell them, listen, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to keep in mind, and make sure they're aware, because it's a pretty serious thing, you saw what happened in California recently with these wildfires. That you didn't even know it was coming, and then once it hits the house and just catches one wall, it's like that. So, that's all I wanted to say for now. I got more videos coming up. But yeah, go get these, the carbon monoxides. I think you can get just a regular smoke alarm for 15 bucks or something like that. I think these are from Home Depot, so I'll link them in the description. Just make sure you change the batteries. Set it on your phone. Do it every year. It's just 9-volt batteries. Literally, once this is mounted, if it's already in your ceiling, you just twist it, and it pulls right down, and then you just pop out the battery, put in a new battery, put it up there, and twist it back on. If we need to, like I said, if we need to install these, it's just 2 screws. Just pick a spot in the ceiling, in a hallway, in a bedroom, near the door of the bedroom, something along those lines. And put it up there, put the battery in it, and you're good to go, okay? So that's it. If you like this, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and, follow me on Instagram. This is why we need these, okay? We don't want our kids to be in any danger. At home, especially. Alright, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you. I got a couple videos coming up. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.